Hi guys, so I want to show you how you can take a worksheet that I upload into Schoology and you can open it in a different app to write on it. Now this is good if you don't have a printer. I don't have a printer at home, so this is what I use. So if I'm going to go into a math class, I look at my list of courses and I click on it, and I can see that I had left you a file on Tuesday that had a bunch of different math puzzles and worksheets. So I'm going to click on that and open it as a PDF. Now if you look through this, there's a bunch of different worksheets here that you can pick from. So I'm going to go back to this worksheet here because I had some specific questions about this worksheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to at the same time click my power button and my home button to take a screenshot of that. And you guys, I think, are pretty familiar with that. So the next thing I'm going to do is go back out and I'm going to open this using the app Notability. I'm going to go up to the top corner and see how it has like a little symbol here that looks like a pencil and a piece of paper. I'm going to click on that. That opens a new file in Notability. Now I want to insert the picture that I had just taken a screenshot of. So when I have a new file open, I go up to the right hand corner and I hit the plus sign. And I am going to click on Photo Library, which takes me to all the things you can see all of your pictures here from your camera roll. So I'm going to click on the thing that I want to, let's see, hang on one second. I'm going to click on the file that I want to insert, and I'm going to click on Insert One Photo. Now it ends up really small, so what I want to do here is I want to click on that and move it to the top left-hand corner. Then I can, if you click on the picture, see how the 4 boxes around it show up. Maybe if I do this. Once I have it moved to the upper left-hand corner, then I'm going to drag this box to increase the size of it. And I want to fill up most of the page there, just like that. And then if I click off to the right, it's all set. Now, if you want to, you can kind of zoom in. So I'm actually going to see if I can turn my iPad sideways here so I can zoom in and fit this a little better so you can see. And in fact, I'm going to zoom in a little more on this side too. So for this specific puzzle, it says use the pieces above to help you fill in the runaway math puzzle. And you'll look at this and it kind of looks like a crossword puzzle, and there's some information in here and some of it is left blank. So what I want to do is I want to look at the different choices here. We have a plus sign, 9, 2 plus 5 equals 7, 9, 0 equals 5, 4, 0 equals 7, 9, 3, 3, 3, 8. And the dots there are just separating your answer choices. So first I'm going to look right here at this section here. And I'm going to try to figure out what goes in that missing blank right here to make that a true equation. So 4 blank 4 equals 8. I know that that's probably a plus sign right there. 4 plus 4 equals 8. Okay, let me pick another one. I'm going to erase my highlighting here. The next one I'm going to look at is right over here. Okay, and I can go back. I'm not sure if you can reuse the symbols on here. I'm going to assume you can't, but I'm just going to cross them out as I use them. And if I run out of symbols to use, I can go back and erase them if I need to. So the next section here says 14 divided by 7 blank 2. Well, I know 14 divided by 7 equals 2. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to cross off that equal sign there, and I'm going to put it in here to make that a true equation. So you're going to continue with all of that. Now, this part here is a bunch of blanks. I'm going to leave that to the end to figure out. Not sure exactly what's going to go there yet. I probably can figure out that, oopsie, that box there, blank plus 7 equals 12. Well, I know 5 plus 7 equals 12, right? So I can at least fill that 5 in there. But I'm not sure what's going to go in the other boxes yet. So don't work on something that you don't know. Like, find the ones that you do know that you can figure out. So if you look at each of these, if I look at this right here, let me, 8 minus 6 equals 2, right? It actually says 8 minus 6 equals 2 plus 0. Well, we know this part, 2 plus 0, is still 2. So that's an entire equation there, right? That one was like a little tricky to look at first. But then you just keep working and try to figure out where you can put things. Okay? So I'm going to move that screen up. Now this part you probably haven't seen since 4th grade. This says sketch 2 lines, GH and XY, that are perpendicular. And there's 2 things you learned in 4th grade that you can think of railroad tracks as being parallel. And parallel, the word parallel even has these 2 L's right next to each other that are parallel. Parallel lines, they can keep on going on forever in each direction, and they never get closer together or farther apart. They stay the same distance apart. So parallel is a little opposite from perpendicular. Perpendicular lines are lines that form 90-degree angles. So here's line GH, okay? And then to make these perpendicular, GH and XY, XY would have to come right here, XY, in a way that makes this a 90-degree angle or a right angle, right? Do you remember that? 90-degree angle equals right angle. Okay, so there's my 2 lines, GH and XY, that are perpendicular. What kind of angle is this? Well, this looks like a line, right? Does a line, we know, goes on in each direction for infinity. But we know that a line also is a certain number of degrees, right? So we talked before about how perpendicular made 90-degree angles. Well, if I look at this angle here, let me change my color so you can see it better. If I look at that kind of angle there, I have a 90-degree angle plus another 90-degree angle. And I know 90 plus 90 equals 180 degrees. So a straight line is a 180-degree angle. We also know that that's called a straight angle. All right, it says round the decimal 655 thousandths to the nearest hundredths. We know that we underline the place value we're rounding to, the hundredths. Circle the guy to the next smallest place value, 5 or above, give this a shove. So we have 66 hundredths as our answer there. Now write 3/12 in lowest terms. That means to simplify there. So remember, when we simplify, we find something that we can divide the top by, that we can also divide the bottom by and get a new fraction, okay? So it'll be the same value, it'll just be in terms of different units. The next box, how many centimeters in 8 6/10 meters? That's a conversion, right? 8 6/10 meters equals blank centimeters. Drop down your meters, drop down your equal sign, drop down your centimeters. Which is bigger? Put the 1 in front of it. Meters are bigger. I know 1 meter equals 100 centimeters because centi is like cents in a dollar, and there's 100 pennies or 100 cents in a dollar. Then I circle and realize we are multiplying. Now remember, when you're multiplying by a power of 10, just jump that decimal point, right? Count the number of zeros. If you're multiplying, we got to jump that decimal bigger that many places. All right. Then finally it says circle the correctly spelled words. And I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out how you could check the spelling of those to make sure. I'm sure that you have different resources you could use. You could ask a friend, you could ask a parent or a guardian, and you could also look it up, right? So that's pretty much that with this worksheet. If you have any more questions, feel free to message me. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss you. Bye.